Unlocking your inner power. Real stories of manifestation. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the incredible world of manifestation. It's a journey I've explored deeply, and what I know for sure is that there's a power within each of us, a quiet whisper that, when listened to, can guide us to create the life we truly desire. We're not just talking about wishful thinking here, we're talking about aligning your energy, your beliefs, and your actions to bring forth what you most deeply yearn for. It's about understanding that the universe is always responding to the frequency you emit, and you, my friends, have the ability to tune that frequency. So often, we hear about manifestation and wonder, is this real? Can this truly work for me? And I'm here to tell you with all my heart, yes, it can. It's not about magic wands, but about the magic that resides within you, waiting to be acknowledged and activated. It's about understanding the profound connection between your inner world and your outer reality. We're going to explore how ordinary people, just like you and me, tapped into this extraordinary potential and transformed their lives in ways that can only be described as miraculous. Get comfortable, open your hearts and minds, because what you're about to hear could be the spark that ignites your own journey of transformation. Stay tuned as we share 3 real-life stories of people who manifested miracles and how you can too. These aren't just tales, they are testaments to the human spirit and the boundless possibilities that await when we dare to believe. Prepare to be inspired and perhaps to see your own life through a new, more hopeful lens. John's journey, from financial despair to dream career. Let's begin with John Doe. Now, John's story is one that I believe will resonate with so many of you who have ever felt stuck, who have ever looked at your circumstances and wondered how you could possibly change them. He was in a place many find themselves, grappling with a career that felt unfulfilling, a deep sense of not living up to his potential, and the heavy weight of financial burdens pressing down on him. Day in and day out it was a cycle of worry and frustration, a feeling that his dreams were slipping further and further away. He described it as walking through thick fog, unable to see a clear path forward. Then John stumbled upon the concept of manifestation. At first he was skeptical, as many are. Could simply changing his mindset and focusing his intentions truly make a difference to the very real, very tangible problems he faced? But he reached a point where he felt he had nothing to lose. He decided to commit, to truly immerse himself in the principles. He started small, with daily affirmations, consciously shifting his self-talk from one of lack and doubt to one of possibility and deservingness. He began to visualize, not just vaguely wishing for a better job, but vividly imagining himself in his ideal role. The environment, the tasks, the feeling of satisfaction and purpose. John didn't just sit and wait, he combined this inner work with inspired action. He started by creating a detailed vision board, not just with pictures of material things, but with words and images that represented the feelings he wanted to experience: confidence, security, joy. He dedicated time each morning to meditation, quieting the noise of his anxieties and connecting with a sense of inner peace and clarity. He then began to actively seek out opportunities that aligned with this new vision, networking with a newfound belief in himself, updating his resume not just with skills, but with the passion he now felt for his desired field. It was a process, a daily practice of reinforcing his belief. The transformation wasn't overnight, but slowly, subtly at first, things began to shift. An unexpected call for an interview here, a piece of advice from a stranger there, synchronicities started appearing. John continued to hold fast to his vision, even when old doubts tried to creep in. He learned to acknowledge them and then gently redirect his focus back to his desired outcome. He practiced gratitude for what he already had, understanding that appreciating the present opens the door for more abundance. He treated every small step forward as a confirmation that he was on the right path, which fueled his determination even more. And then within a year of dedicated practice, unwavering belief, and consistent action, John landed his dream job. It wasn't just any job, it was the exact kind of role he had visualized, one that brought him immense satisfaction and financial stability. With this new income and a changed mindset towards money, he systematically paid off all his debts. John's story is a powerful reminder that when you align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with a clear intention, the universe truly can conspire to help you. He didn't just change his job, he changed his entire relationship with his life and his own potential. Jane's healing light. Manifesting health against all odds. Now let's turn to the incredible story of Jane Smith, a testament to the profound power of the mind-body connection. Jane was facing a health crisis that would make anyone's spirit falter. She received a diagnosis that was daunting, to say the least, with doctors offering a prognosis that left very little room for hope. Imagine hearing those words, feeling the weight of such a heavy burden, the fear and uncertainty clouding every thought. For many, this would be a point of surrender, a time to give in to despair. But Jane, somewhere deep inside, found a flicker of resilience, a refusal to let her story be defined solely by a medical chart. Jane had always been a believer in the strength of the human spirit, but now she was called to put that belief to the ultimate test. She decided that while she would follow medical advice, she would also embark on her own parallel journey of healing, one that focused on the power of her mind and spirit. She immersed herself in learning about positive thinking, not as a Pollyanna-ish denial of her reality, but as a conscious choice to cultivate an inner environment conducive to healing. She understood that her thoughts could influence her physical state, and she chose to fill her mind with thoughts of wellness, strength, and recovery. Visualization became her sacred daily practice. Jane would spend hours vividly imagining her body healing. She pictured her cells regenerating, strong and vibrant, fighting off illness. She visualized herself full of energy, engaging in activities she loved, living a long and healthy life. It wasn't just a fleeting thought, it was a deep, sensory experience she cultivated. She would feel the joy of recovery, the warmth of the sun on her skin as she walked in nature in her mind's eye, the laughter shared with loved ones in a future she was determined to create. She surrounded herself with positivity, limiting exposure to negativity and fear. Alongside this powerful mental work, Jane focused on nourishing her body in every way she could, through healthy foods, gentle movement as she was able, and most importantly, through an outpouring of love and compassion towards herself. She practiced gratitude for every small improvement, for the care she received, for the air she breathed. This wasn't about denying the struggle, but about choosing where to place her focus, her energy. She journaled her hopes, her fears, and her affirmations, turning her diary into a testament of her unwavering commitment to her own well-being. And then the miracle she had so steadfastly held in her heart and mind began to unfold. Slowly but undeniably, Jane's health started to improve. Doctors were amazed, calling her recovery remarkable, even miraculous. Tests began to show progress that defied their initial expectations. Jane knew with a certainty that resonated deep within her soul that her dedicated practice of positive thinking, visualization, and self-love had played a crucial role in her healing journey. Her story shines as a beacon, reminding us that even in the face of dire circumstances, the power to influence our well-being, to manifest healing, resides within us. Chapter 3. Alex's Heart's Desire, Manifesting True Love Through Gratitude. Our third story is about Alex Johnson and the universal human longing for connection, for true love. Alex, like so many, had navigated the complex world of relationships with a heart full of hope, only to be met with disappointment time and again. There was a pattern of connections that didn't quite fit, of feeling misunderstood, or of simply not finding that deep, soulful partnership they yearned for. It's a lonely place to be, isn't it? To desire love so deeply and feel like it's always just out of reach. Alex began to wonder if perhaps true love just wasn't in the cards for them, but Alex was not one to give up on such a fundamental human need. Instead of focusing on past hurts or the perceived lack of love in their life, Alex decided to embark on a journey of manifesting the relationship they truly desired. The first, and perhaps most crucial step, was shifting from a mindset of lack to one of abundance and gratitude. Alex started a daily gratitude practice, specifically focusing on the love that already existed in their life. The love of friends, family, even the love they felt for their passions and hobbies. This cultivated a feeling of being loved and lovable, which is so important. The next powerful step for Alex was setting clear intentions. This wasn't about creating a superficial checklist of an ideal partner's height or hair color. No, this was much deeper. Alex spent time reflecting on the qualities they valued in a partner: kindness, humor, shared values, emotional intelligence. More importantly, Alex focused on how they wanted to in a relationship: cherished, respected, supported, and deeply connected. They wrote these intentions down, not as demands, but as a clear signal to the universe and to themselves of what they were calling into their life. Alex also understood the importance of becoming the person they wanted to attract. If they desired a kind and loving partner, Alex focused on cultivating more kindness and love within themselves and expressing it to others. They worked on their own self-worth, realizing that to attract a healthy, loving relationship, they first needed to have a healthy, loving relationship with themselves. This involved self-care, pursuing their own interests with passion, and creating a life that they themselves loved, rather than waiting for someone else to complete them. This inner work made Alex radiate a different kind of energy, one of wholeness and joy. And as Alex lived from this place of gratitude, clear intention, and self-love, something beautiful happened. They weren't desperately searching anymore, they were living a full life. And then, in a way that felt natural and unforced, Alex met someone. This person embodied the qualities Alex had intended, and the connection felt genuine and profound. It wasn't magic in the fairy tale sense, but the magic of alignment. By doing the inner work, by clarifying what they truly wanted and becoming a vibrational match for it, Alex manifested their soulmate. Their story teaches us that preparing your own heart and life for love is the most powerful way to invite it in. John, Jane, and Alex. 3 different lives, 3 different challenges, but one common thread: the courageous belief in their own power to create change. These stories show that miracles can happen when you believe and take action. It's not about passively waiting for things to happen to you. It's about actively participating in the co-creation of your reality. It's about understanding that your thoughts have power, your intentions have direction, and your actions create momentum. What they did, you can do too. The principles are there for every single one of us. What I hope you take away from today is a renewed sense of hope and possibility. Perhaps one of these stories resonated deeply with a challenge you're facing right now, or a dream you're nurturing in your heart. Know that you are not alone, and the capacity for incredible transformation lies within you. It starts with a decision, a commitment to yourself, and a willingness to explore the depths of your own inner landscape. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a little inspiration today. Let's spread this message of hope and empowerment far and wide. Remember, you have the power to manifest your own miracles. It might take time, it will certainly take practice, and it requires unwavering faith in yourself and in the process. But the life you desire, the healing you seek, the love you long for, it is all within your reach. Start today, start small, but start. Until next time, keep believing, keep shining your light, and know that you are capable of extraordinary things.